Hi everyone, and welcome to Getting Started with MotaWord. We're very excited to have you join us today, and hope you'll find this to be a good introduction to our platform. My name is Sarhan, and I'm the Community Manager here at MotaWord. So what is MotaWord? Simply put, MotaWord is a collaborative translation platform. It is the process of engaging a community of translators, editors, and a client on a single platform, working in real time, eliminating many of the inefficiencies of the traditional translation workflow. With MotaWord, you, as a translator, are able to join available projects in your free time and get compensated for your work without the hassles of being selected for a project, receiving a purchase order, or submitting an invoice for work done. You're also able to contribute as much or as little as you want to projects without worrying about deadlines. And you can get your work done a lot faster with no need to worry about typesetting. This is all completely different from what you are used to as a freelance translator. But enough talk. Let me show you what this actually means. I'm going to go to MotaWord right now and work on a project so that you can see what this means in real life. It's also a good time for me to remind you that whenever a new project matching your language skills is posted, you will automatically receive an email notification. So here I'm at MotaWord, and I'm going to head over to my translator dashboard. Here's my name and the languages that I work in. My native language is Turkish, so I can translate into Turkish. Let's check out some projects. And look, there's a project waiting for me to work on. This one here is already at 39% complete, so let's check it out. So as professional translators, you know the importance of context in providing quality translations. The first thing to do before working on any project is to preview the whole document, understand the context, and make sure that you feel comfortable with the subject matter. You can do that by clicking here. So make sure to take the time necessary for this crucial task. So this project is the MotaWord FAQ, which I hope you've all read. I'm going to work on translating it from English into Turkish. So let's get started. I hit translate and I'm ready to begin. So right away, you can see the text that needs to be translated over here. Over here is the original text from the document. We're looking at this in what you see is what you get mode, or WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG mode will not always be available for each project, as it depends on the type of the file that was submitted by the client. But remember, you can always preview the document by clicking the Preview Document link on the header. The second mode is Basic mode. It's the same text that we just saw, but broken up into strings to work on, and you can toggle these modes by clicking on this arrow. So look at these dots. The green dot means that the text has already been translated, while the red dot means that the text needs to be translated. And the green check mark means that the string has been translated, proofread, and can no longer be changed. So let's try translating some text. I'm going to click on an untranslated string, and you'll notice that it pops up here in the text for translation box. I can type my translation here, hit the Commit Translation button, and there you go. I'm automatically moved on to the next string on the list. We'll come back to the project in a moment, but first let's get back to our dashboard. I'm going to go to Overview, and if I hit Update Stats, I'll see that the work I've submitted is immediately reflected in my earnings. Great, so now that you've seen how you can translate on MotaWord, let's take a closer look at how you can better use the workspace, and, most importantly, how you're expected to collaborate with other translators on the platform. Using these features will be the key to making each project consistent and high quality. And look, the work we submitted has already increased the percentage of this project completion. So I'm heading back to basic view. So I can actually reorder this list using a filter. I can filter these so that the phrases that are missing translation are shown first. There are a lot of different filters, like waiting for approval, translated automatically, and you can even create your own custom filter. So play around with it and see what works best for you. If you feel that you're not able to find a string you worked on, or you can't see the strings in their natural progression, it's probably due to a selected filter. Just go in and set this filter to none to make sure that you can view the strings entirely. Now let's check out that other mode again. What you see is what you get, or WYSIWYG. So again, this is a way to get an overview of the original text. If I click the sun or highlight icon, it will highlight the text in different colors. These correspond to the colored dots in basic view. Like the red dot, the text that has not been translated yet is highlighted in red. And like in basic view, the text is broken up into strings. If I click on one, that string will be highlighted yellow and will appear up here in the text for translation box. And do you remember this string highlighted in light green? That's the text you've just translated. Because it's in light green, it has not been approved by a proofreader yet. So if I click on it, I can submit further edits. Meanwhile, this darker green text is text that has been translated with proofreading approval. That means that text is already taken care of and has been blocked from further editing. Also in WYSIWYG mode, if I click the preview icon, you can toggle between the translated and untranslated version of the text. Alright, so now let's talk about how, when used correctly, MotaWord gives us collaborative translation. I'm going to talk about 3 ways to collaborate: the Concordance Tool, creating terms, and adding comments. So first, the Concordance Tool. So if I highlight a term, I can select Search for Concordance. This is a way to ensure consistency by showing you how that word has been translated by other translators on the same document. Many of the questions you have on how certain terminology has been translated can be answered by using this tool. We need you to use this to ensure consistency throughout the document. The Concordance tool assures you that you are using the correct translation of a recurring term in the document. Making sure that there is consistency in terminology avoids the proofreaders needing to make excessive corrections to your translations. This tool is also tied to our translation memory for those of you who have experience working on TMS tools like Trados. It allows you to speed up translating similar content by reusing the previously translated version and making changes on it. On MotaWord, you will be compensated for the full string, regardless of whether you use TMS or not. And the second term that you can use to help ensure consistency is creating a term. If you're the first translator in a document to come across a term likely to be repeated many times, you should create a term so that other translators can be consistent. So like before, if I highlight a term and select Create Term, can leave a description. And now the term will be underlined throughout the document for all translators working here. If other translators hover over it, they'll get a note on how I defined a phrase. And lastly, a third tool you can use are comments. Sometimes you may feel the need to provide feedback outside of creating terms. Comments are a way for clients to leave feedback for translators, and for translators to leave notes for proofreaders. So if you as a translator feel the need to leave a note regarding what you did for a specific phrase, here's where you can do it. So you can type your message here, and add a comment. And now there is a comment for the string. So that takes care of the basics of the translator's workspace. As you can see, the platform is very simple to use and garnered with tools to ease your translation contributions to it. It, however, in no way replaces your ingenuity as a human translator. There are certain things you need to pay attention to while working on MotaWord. The first thing you need to make sure is to not translate over an already translated string. Please remember that MotaWord is a collaborative platform, and you will be working alongside other translators. You're able to see the number of translators actively working on each project by looking at the header. In instances where more than one translator is working, it's a good idea to make sure that you are not working on an already translated string. You can make sure of this by checking the color codes of the strings, making sure that no translation appears on the Enter Translation portion of the workbench, and paying attention to system messages that will alert you to there being an existing translation for a string. The second issue that we cannot stress enough is being mindful of the other translator's work. Keep the context of the document in mind. Make sure to use the Concordance Tool and periodically review the whole document, including your contributions, to make sure that you're not in discord with the translator community. At MotaWord, we aim to provide a seamless way for our clients to order translation service for simple documents without having to go through project managers. We also want to make sure that professional translators have a platform where they can go in and contribute translations while they're in between projects, follow up on translations of subject matter that they would otherwise not be selected for to hone their skills, and be able to learn from other translators. MotaWord is a different way to translate. We're a new platform, and we need your help in using these collaborative tools effectively to make them better. If you have any questions for us, you can let us know by filling out the form that will be sent to you at the end of the webinar. We will compile the questions and send the answers to our viewers. So thank you, and we're really excited to be working with you. And remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for the latest updates on MotaWord. Thanks for watching, and we're looking forward to collaborating with you.